E3 was kicked off in a very lackluster way on Saturday when EA mostly just sat there and flopped around like a dead fish compared to what was coming from everyone else this past weekend. Now sure, we got an update on Anthem and a new title announcement for a Star Wars game that will have the weight of the world on its shoulders, but no matter how hard we all cried, EA just couldn't hear us and Skate 4 was not confirmed this year.
That doesn't mean you won't be able to skate though.
Yeah, there's something coming.
Getting back to what they actually showed off though, well, none of it matters because they're just gonna keep selling FIFA forever and not have to worry too much about the public perception of their brand. And yeah, FIFA 19, it's coming out, surprise. But aside from that, the rest of their year seems a little bare outside of Battlefield V for Vagina. We already saw enough of what Battlefield V is bringing to the table because at this point, we know what to expect out of this franchise, but they did show us some new footage of their multiplayer mode and announced that surprise, they're doing Battle Royale too.
Yeah.
But, just like how it was announced for Black Ops, the devs made sure to announce that they're doing Battle Royale their way. And it's gonna be totally different somehow. Which most likely means figuring out a way to do it in their engine, which has to run at a tolerable frame rate on console, and thus making numerous sacrifices and compromises.
Should be fun.
For a true, unique Battle Royale experience.
Then came the Star Wars announcement, which you could assume had EA execs holding their breath for two reasons. One, they had one of the most drama-filled releases of all time late last year when they dropped Battlefront 2, filled to the brim with pay-to-win options. And then you also kind of have to take into account the fact that even the movies are showing signs of fan fatigue, as the latest release, Solo, failed to become the massive success that Disney hoped it would be at the box office. At the very least, EA is changing things up a little bit and not just releasing another Battlefront. They've announced something called Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order from Respawn Entertainment, which is the studio behind the Titanfall franchise, and it's described as a brand new action-adventure game which tells an original Star Wars story around a surviving Padawan set shortly after the events of Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. This one is way off in the future, so you will actually have time to care about Star Wars again when it comes out in holiday 2019.
Does it have R2-D2?
I'm sure he will be downloadable, Eliot.
Does it have C-3PO?
You see, if we make a game that doesn't have these characters in the plot, then you can charge for them, because it wouldn't make sense to have them in the game otherwise.
Yeah.
There you go.
So there were a few other things here and there, like a Command and Conquer mobile game. All right. And hey, look under your seat, the game's out now announcement, which we're probably going to be seeing a lot of at this year's E3. Where that's happened when they dropped Unravel 2 right now.
Yeah, you can get it.
The big title for EA this year was obviously Anthem. And people seem to be really excited about this game, even though we just lived through a clear warning sign from BioWare called Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yes.
Red flags everywhere. It looks like this one will fill the void for people who were either upset about Mass Effect or upset about Destiny 2, though, because the footage they showed would tickle the fancy of anyone who's somehow hungry for yet another sci-fi action RPG. And its release date, or release month rather, has been finally confirmed for March of 2019.
Told you it wasn't going to come out in 2018. We told you. The next big event happened on Sunday morning when Microsoft and Xbox took the stage to show off whatever they could in order to get people excited about their console again. The Xbox, it's been resting on its laurels for too long. And this year, they really had to prove that they were serious about gaming by releasing Crackdown 3 right now. It's out, everyone! Just kidding, of course. Crackdown 3 has been pushed back once again, all the way to who gives a shit. Sorry, crackheads. Okay, we'll stop poking fun. It allegedly comes out February of 2019.
Not a dumping ground.
And it looks like they're really leaning into this whole Terry Crews thing, which is great for him because he gets to literally be his own character in a game.
Cool.
Originally, he was just like the voiceover of the trailer and like, oh shit, they actually want Terry Crews in the game.
I should just call it the Terry Crews game.
Yeah. Sponsored by Old Spice.
Yeah.
There you go. Anyways, we still can't really understand the hype for this game despite its very outspoken fan base, but it also seems to time up perfectly to become the key needed to unlock a new Halo game.
We're kidding, first off, because Crackdown 3 will basically be used to get people to sign up for that Xbox Game Pass subscription service, which was on display numerous times as they shoved whatever they could find into the service to make it worthwhile. And to be fair, the price is right, especially considering they're releasing a bunch of their newest titles straight to that service, but that's up for you to decide. For now, let's just get to that Halo information. You probably won't be too shocked to hear that there's not much info outside of what you see in the teaser trailer, which basically just shows off the visually pleasing landscape and Spartan soldiers using a new game engine called Slipspace. Obviously, there's no release date for this title yet, but release dates at E3 don't matter anyway. They're just lies usually.
Yeah.
Unless it's something that's really supposed to come out by the end of the year.
Yeah. Now, in addition to that, Microsoft also had some big announcements for its Gears of War franchise, starting with Gears of War 5, which they claim will obviously be the biggest, most beautiful Gears world ever created. It's going to support 4K, HDR, and it's going to run at 60 frames per second on the Xbox One X, that's actually pretty cool. It's also going to be available for the PC, as are most first-party Xbox games these days, when it's released, quote, next year. Maybe don't count on that. But they also announced a Gears prequel called Gears Tactics, which is going to be a turn-based strategy game a la XCOM, and it's going to be available exclusively on the PC. That one doesn't have a release date or time frame, though.
Yeah.
And then also a Gears mobile game, which is done in partnership with Funko and turns all of the characters into cutesy pop figurines. And that one's going to be out next year as well. So it's a Gears for the kids. Do you like slicing up mutants and aliens with chainsaw guns? Well, now your kids can do it.
Daddy's got a gear, Junior's got a gear.
And Mom's got the turn-based gear.
Mom's got a turn-based gear so she can, pay attention to the food that's cooking.
No.
I don't mean that. Anyway, they also showed off Forza Horizon 4, which if you like race car games or have already played a Forza Horizon game, you know what you're getting with this one. Graphical updates and more open world driving. But the big difference this time around is that it appears that they are doing away with the drive-atars thing where it only looks like your friends are online, but they're not. Instead, they're going to only feature real, live people actually playing.
We promise.
Or at least that's what they pinky teased during the presentation of it.
Pinky teased. Yeah.
The old pinky tease. There's actually a lot more here to cover with the Microsoft press conference because outside of their own titles, they showed off a ton of exclusives to kick off E3 before anyone else had the chance to.
Yeah, like a game everyone thought was a secret Skate 4 announcement, but turned out to be something called Session that began development thanks to Kickstarter. I actually downloaded the demo of this game from one of their Kickstarter links, and the controls are horrible.
Oh yeah.
Almost unplayable. You have to steer with the little paddles in the back.
That's what you get for buying a video game from Attorney General Jeff Sessions.
Anyways, hopefully with this game getting put on display during the event and seeing the response, maybe it'll convince them to reconsider this controller mapping, unless there's some sort of weird proprietary shit going on with the control scheme of the Skate franchise, like EA owns that's how you control a skateboard on console.
Could be.
I don't know. They also showed off Just Cause 4, Dying Light 2, Devil May Cry 5, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, The Division 2, which looks like it'll take place in Washington, D.C. this time, and featured easily the cringiest demo we've seen during this event, thanks to the pre-recorded, totally realistic team communication that was going on during the short playthrough.
Did they get the same guy that did the Bully Hunters?
No, but it might as well have been that. It was just like...
Whore.
Yeah, they weren't getting along in the demo. They're like, yeah, it's going to be a real struggle playing this game. Anyways, they also teased a new Battletoads because these days, memes are shaping our reality. So why not, right?
Todd Howard embraced the meme.
Yeah.
But yeah, some other notable games that they showed off were Fallout 76, which showed its first real teaser trailer during the Microsoft presentation. But we'll get to Fallout 76 in a second because the trailer during Microsoft didn't explain what the game actually was,
yeah,
or what it consisted of. So you're just gonna have to wait a few hours till the Bethesda presentation. Good old Todd, he did say the map's 4 times bigger.
Yeah,
but I got a lot of questions.
Yeah,
but anyway,
we'll get to that.
There were also some other titles that we are 100% sure you were all super excited to see, regardless of how little we care about them. Games like Kingdom Hearts 3, which is that not so JRPG featuring Disney characters. This one has a lot more Disney princesses like Elsa and Rapunzel added to the mix. And also, it just straight up looks like a playable Pixar movie. So fans of the other Kingdom Hearts games, probably excited.
Yeah. Then there was a game that no one saw coming, or at least not that we know of, Jump Force, aka Weeb Fighter. It seems like the story equivalent of cross-platform play because it showed off famous anime characters from different shows all coming together in one game to battle each other or enemies, whatever. Naruto and Goku in the same game? You're saying to yourself, finally, right? Seriously though, you're all very aware of our lack of anime knowledge, and the trailer for Jump Force still got us excited, so I can't even imagine how actual weeaboos are reacting. They probably shit themselves.
Yeah, they're hugging their waifu pillows.
They just had Steam approve hentai games, and now this?
Yeah.
It's a dream world that
Their
they're
time
living in.
has come.
Speaking of dream worlds,
Yeah, so one game that both of us are really stoked on, and one that took us a little bit by surprise, is Cyberpunk 2077. And you're probably saying to yourself, but it's just an in-game cinematic that shows off the world and doesn't have actual gameplay or plot or anything. Also, why is the sun out? Cyberpunk means it rains all the time.
yeah.
Typically, we'd be right there alongside you saying, you're right, kid. Let's temper our expectations, bottle up our hype, and not get excited about this. But aside from the fact that the world in this game looks incredible, almost like a mixture of Ghost in the Shell and a less depressing Blade Runner, it's also being developed by CD Projekt Red, which is the company behind the Witcher franchise, aka one of the best gaming franchises of all time. A company that truly cares about the products they put out.
Yeah, good guy CD Projekt Red.
Yeah. They have an incredible track record, and that alone has us excited for this game. I think this might be the one E3 2018 title that I pre-order.
If it even comes out anytime soon.
It'll probably be like, I'm guessing next summer.
Or next fall. Who knows? I mean, but really, isn't it nice to finally trust a game company? It's like an experience you don't really have that often, so it's nice to feel this way. I mean, hell, even within the trailer, they gave away copies of The Witcher 3 with the expansions by leaking a code. And in a hidden letter in the trailer, they gave some more info about Cyberpunk 2077, saying, among other things, it's been over 2,077 days since we announced our plan to develop Cyberpunk 2077. We released a CGI trailer, gave some interviews, and went dark. Normal procedure for these kinds of things. You announce a game and then shut up, roll up your sleeves, and go to work. We wanted to give you The Witcher 3 and both expansions first, which is why this period of staying silent was longer than we planned. Sorry for that, but to the point. Today is the day. If you're seeing this, it means you saw the trailer. Our vision of Cyberpunk, an alternate version of the future where America is in pieces, mega corporations control all aspects of civilized life, and gangs rule the rest. And while this world is full of adrenaline, don't let the car chases and guns mislead you. Cyberpunk 2077 is a true, single-player, story-driven RPG. You'll be able to create your own character and, well, you'll get to know the rest from what we show at our booth at E3. Be on the lookout for previews.
Yeah, they also continued, before we finish, you probably have some questions, right? One, when? When we told you we would only release the game when it's ready, we meant it. We're definitely much, much closer to a release date than we were back then. Smiley. But it's still not the time to confirm anything, so patience is still required. Quality is the only thing that drives us. It's the beauty of being an independent studio and your own publisher. Number two, how big? Seriously big. But to be honest, we have no bloody clue at this point in time. Once we put it all together, we will openly tell you what you can expect, and we promise we'll do this before we start talking about any pre-orders or ask anything of you. Number three, free DLC/expansion/DRM. Expect nothing less than you got with The Witcher 3. As for DRM, CP 2077 will be 100% DRM free on PC. Number four, microtransactions. In a single-player role-playing game, are you nuts?
Like we said, good guy, CD Projekt Red.
Good guy.
Although it was like you can expect the same as The Witcher, which means DLC stuff probably free, but expansions are probably going to cost money. But if you played The Witcher 3, the expansions are games unto themselves.
Yeah,
so,
and they sold them each for like $10.
Yeah, so there you go. It's yeah, safe to say we're pretty excited about this one, and by all accounts, you probably should be too. But let's move on to the thing everyone was eagerly awaiting on Sunday night, the Bethesda presentation. Bethesda kicked things off by inviting Andrew WK on stage.
Here's the thing you've all been waiting for.
Andrew WK, yeah, he came up and performed to get the crowd hyped for Rage 2. It was a little weird because while Andrew WK is incredible live in person, great show, it was a bit weird and very underwhelming live to tape.
They kept cutting to the audience and just people sitting there like tweeting about it.
Also, the young people kept thinking he was Post Malone for some reason.
What?
Yeah. But
Young people are dumb.
We've already seen the Rage 2 stuff. Get to the point. What can we play Skyrim on next?
That's the joke, people. That's the meme.
Yeah.
And one that apparently Bethesda has heard plenty of.
And this is the year of memes, not dreams.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they actually did debut Skyrim on something new before announcing the rest of their stuff. Skyrim can now be played on Amazon's Alexa device. At least, I mean, that's what the fake commercial with Keegan-Michael Key would imply. It was actually pretty well done and actually funny, unlike a lot of the comedy that we see in these types of presentations. But surely this was all a joke, right? You couldn't actually play Skyrim on the Alexa, right?
wrong.
What? Yeah, so after the press conference ended, an official version of Skyrim ended up on the Alexa app section, and even though the release is very tongue-in-cheek, it does actually work. Okay, all right.
It's true. Works. On to the new stuff, though. They announced a new Doom title called Doom Eternal, which is a sequel to their reboot, which is one of the best FPS campaigns in recent history, and also gave us one of our favorite E3 moments so far, where the creative director for the game says, "You want to see Hell on Earth?" Which should make for some fun edits on Twitter. So we'll link that clip down below, and you put whatever you want after that to show what your version of Hell on Earth actually is. We'll retweet the best ones.
Wait, was that the one with the two guys that were like 3 feet difference?
No, that was Prey.
Okay.
You sure you don't want an apple box?
How tall is that one guy?
He's got to be like 7 feet tall.
Anyway, they also announced Wolfenstein Youngblood, which is sure to trigger those anti-SJWs.
Yeah, not only do you kill Nazis, you do it as a woman.
You have to do it as a woman.
Yeah.
This is set in the 80s. It's a version of the Wolfenstein universe, and it appears to be a co-op game where you play as one of B.J. Blazkowicz's twin daughters.
Yeah.
Playing Wolfenstein with a friend online is something that should be a ton of fun, so looking forward to this when it drops sometime next year.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, it should be great. But finally, Todd Howard made his Fallout 76 announcement after literally almost doing the I had to do it to him meme.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to actually quote it. He got damn close. They re-showed the trailer that played earlier at the Microsoft presentation. Then he provided the details as to what the hell Fallout 76 actually is. And this thing is tearing people apart. Yeah. No, it's not a new traditional Fallout single-player RPG. It's, as most of us expected, the first Fallout game to go full always online multiplayer, and is being described by Todd himself as softcore survival. Kinky. This is where you'll team up with your friends. You can team up on servers that will host dozens of other players, not hundreds. They made that point. It's also a prequel to all the other Fallout titles, and the map was described as being 4 times bigger than the one in Fallout 4.
In Fallout 76, not everyone
You are not happy with this, are you?
No, I'm not. In Fallout 76, not everyone is your friend, and other real players can apparently come try to fuck your shit up or literally fucking nuke you. That sounds like fun, doesn't it? Oh. You idiot, all your hard work, I just nuked you. Isn't this game awesome? Fuck you. Anyway.
I'm sure that there'll be a way to combat this or something.
Here's what's gonna happen. A month is gonna go by, everyone's gonna be like, hey, your game fucking sucks, turn this shit off, and they're gonna be like, okay.
I don't know. Well, I'm cautiously optimistic.
I'm not. This part of it, so the nuke thing has a lot of people upset because there's a lot of worry that you spend so much time building a settlement with your friends just to have some 12-year-old dickhead turn it into rubble when he decides it's your time to suffer.
Yes.
This is why I don't play GTA Online. Those bases, I mean, yeah, you and your friends, you can gather resources, build bases, also pack them up and move them around. A lot of fun stuff to be had there. Todd Howard did also say that the progression carries over no matter who you join up with and vice versa, and that death doesn't mean the loss of your character or its progression in the game.
So there you go. You can get nuked and just come right back and start building.
If this is like Borderlands, fuck yes. If this is like fucking Rust, nah. This is that Drake doing the nah.
Miss me with that Rust shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that. But yeah, you don't lose all your progression. Still more details need to come out. The beta will happen, I hope, soon. I did the cool guy thing, the cool guy secret thing, wink wink, where you pre-order the game because it doesn't charge you till it ships. And that way you get access to the beta. And then it's like, oh, I didn't really like the beta, cancel.
Smart, yeah.
Don't use my plan because they'll catch on. Still, Fallout has a rabid fan base filled with people who know exactly what they want out of a Fallout game, even better than...
I don't know exactly what I want. I just know that I don't want this.
The general consensus online seems to teeter between people hating the entire concept of this title or wanting to at least give it a shot. It's not like it's erasing the other games, Eliot, and it's not like there won't ever be another single-player story-driven Fallout game.
I don't know about that, though.
Well, this
Because like you could have said that about the Elder Scrolls, and it's been like fucking 8 years.
Well, that gets us to our next point.
Yeah. Oh, in 2027, you're getting a new Elder Scrolls game.
There was one 2077. The big surprise for Eliot and everyone else to shut them all up. And also for Eliot because he was one of the people let down by the Fallout portion of the presentation. You don't want to wear that cool mask?
No. That's some fucking like Chewbacca mom bullshit. I don't want that shit.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
Miss me with that mask.
Yeah.
Also, it's like, yeah, power armor is awesome, but let's just wear the head part and look like a fucking dweeb. It's like
you look like a
walk around with like
toothpaste.
a Darth Vader helmet, it's just like in your street clothes.
Yeah.
Dumb.
All I can picture is like someone that looks like Peter Griffin wearing that thing, like a tiny head and just a huge body.
Todd Howard, can you sign my helmet?
All right, Eliot, let the kids have their fun. Yeah, speaking of fun, Elder Scrolls 6 has been announced with no other information.
But they announced it. They're saying like, first they were like, oh, this is what we're working on next. The Starfield, which is great.
Cool.
But then they're like, and then after that. So I'm guessing 2020, 2021.
2020 is not far away. It sounds far away, but I'd say 2021, probably accurate. Yeah. Anyways, they showed a very brief teaser trailer of the game that displayed the landscape and the title, but even that has already been picked apart online, and people are pretty much on the same page, thinking that the area that Elder Scrolls 6 will take place in is High Rock. Obviously, this game won't be released anytime soon, so there's no real details, but you can expect to hear much more about it at next year's E3, probably. By the way, E3 is just getting started, so we'll keep you up to date on everything that, if there's new cool stuff that's announced, although a lot of it already was announced. Still have PlayStation, Nintendo.
Yeah. Has the schedule always been this stretched out?
I don't know.
I feel like E3 is starting earlier and earlier.
No, Bethesda's always the night before. Xbox and PlayStation used to be on the same day. EA's always before, or has been before. The big ones that are still coming are Switch on Tuesday, and I don't know when the PlayStation one is, but apparently it already leaked that Fortnite's releasing tomorrow on the Switch. So, or tomorrow meaning Tuesday, whenever you watch this. Anyways, yeah, we'll bring you up to speed if anything new is announced or whatever. But let's end the video with something not gaming related.
Yeah, so IHOP, aka the International House of Pancakes, they finally released their new name after about a week of social media promotion and marketing that featured the P in their name flipping over into a B, because IHOP is all about those memes, and they saw you using that red B to replace random letters. They're like, we're IHOP now.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of speculation over the past few days, all of which was great marketing for IHOB. But sadly, the name is not something smart like International House of Breakfast or something edgy and comical like International House of Banter.
Yeah, that'd be the good one.
But instead, it's simply International House of Burgers. What are you doing?
That's stupid.
We have enough burgers in this country.
Yeah, and you don't need to.
Also, the logo looks like a well-known tampon box now. So.
Yeah, OB.
Way to go, IHOB!
Yeah, you did it.
IHOB, it just sounds like I'm saying IHOP with a stuffed up nose.
IHOB.
You guys want to go to the IHOP? Hey, the concert's over. What's the only thing that's open? I guess the IHOP.
In the wake of their announcement, the wokest fast food Twitter account in the game, Wendy's,
had a decent clapback when they tweeted,
"Can't wait to try a burger from the place that decided pancakes were too hard." Wendy's
fucking savage. Finally, so they something finally went harder than Pusha T's Drake diss track, and now we can leave that all behind us. Pusha T was like, Drake has a secret kid with a porn star wife, and Wendy's was like, I can't wait to try these burgers from a place that's so bad at pancakes that they had to switch their name around.
Yeah.
Also, your logo looks like the box filled with tampons.
Like, if you go back like 15 years and you tell someone like, hey, you know all your favorite fast food brands?
They're gonna fight
in the
each other.
future, they fight each other on the internet every day.
Yeah. I'd be like, get me there now.
Yeah.
Sounds exciting. And you're saying that's the only problem in the future?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Nothing else is going wrong.
Nope, nothing but good games and social media banter. Watch our other shows over here. We had some new episodes come out on the ETC channel while it still exists, but be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell because this is all we're gonna exist on anymore. And we're about to hit 100,000 subscribers, so you're gonna wanna be a part of that, the ground floor.
You're gonna like the way you look.
I bear and be it. Welcome to Men's Bear House. The clothing store specifically for large gay men.
Ben's Bear House, Bic Bonalds.
What's up? We're Bendies now.
Bendies. Barrel's Boone.
Burger King. We went the other way. Bubway. Oh, now let's just keep going. Hold on, don't click the videos yet. They're not over here yet. They'll be over here in a second because this is too great. What else is there?
Barbies.
No, Barbie's already
Yes, shit.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
Been and out. I don't know. Now they're getting kind of lame. Okay, click the videos. We gotta go.
Yeah.